Hello, it's Jang here with a look at the LEGO Creator Winter Toy Shop for 2015. This comes with 898 pieces. That includes 8 minifigures and a whole bunch of little micro-scale toys. The entire set is a mildly modified or updated version of the Winter Toy Shop that they first released in 2009. And I think this set is just wonderful. Starting with the toy shop itself, which has a new double-sided printed sign out front. I hope to see a lot more of those in the future, double-sided prints. The whole thing actually has a pretty involved build. They call this one of their expert models, which I found to be a little bit odd at first until I actually started building the thing and found that, wow, even though it looks like a pretty straightforward house, just has some angled roof pieces and such, there is not a whole lot of just regular plain brick building involved here. There are a lot of little pieces. There's a lot of studs on the side construction. There are a lot of things that attach to each other, that kind of key into each other in different ways. It's definitely something that takes some time and really takes some concentration to follow through the instructions, because they take you from different types of parts to other different types of parts just continuously as you go from layer to layer. You don't see a lot of uniformity. I think in the end result of this, it looks a lot more uniform than it actually is to put the pieces together. See, they've kind of got a two-story sort of structure going here. When you look on the inside, they've got a little bit of a showroom with a couple of toys that are displayed there, but there are a lot more toys also included in the set. Nice fireplace back there. It would have been nice to get a little light in there, or to let a little bit of light through so you can really see those flame pieces a little bit better. But then this is your little checkout register here. Notice the fully tiled floor. That's done nicely. And then there's a ladder that takes you up to the second floor, which is just a little tiny little workshop area. And that has a rotating seat, and you can put a minifigure there to be working on toys, either making new ones or just doing some repairs on some existing ones perhaps. A little bit of a loft area here, just has a little bit of decoration on it. I did mention a light. Well, there actually is a light brick included in this set, and it's placed right there. So the light actually provides light to the workshop, to the loft area. It's not super obvious when you have it in a brightly lit studio, but turn down the lights and that's quite a nice show. I really like that color of light there. It's very, very warm and just gives a nice scene. I wish that more of the model was lit up like that. There's what it looks like from the other side. Here's a look at all of the gifts that are included in the set. Those roller skate pieces on the truck are super useful for making vehicles. Nice little tugboat build with a couple of thin Technic lift arm pieces. Pretty traditional little locomotive, steam locomotive. A little robot that has a jetpack on the back, a small car. A teddy bear is just, a one-piece thing, a little rocket. I love this Jack in the Box. That's such a cool design. Not a new design, but it looks great. It looks really great. I also very much appreciate this new biplane design, which uses the new little clear piece that they introduced that has the little mini pin end in it for holding things like Friends hair accessories, and that also has a bar-sized end on it, so you can clip something onto it. Little helicopter is nicely done, and then there's just a regular gift box. This tree is an interesting build in and of itself, and it's quite large, as you can see relative to the figure there. It's about as tall with the topper as the whole house, or the whole store. This has an interesting build using studs that are offset, little stud pieces that actually get offset around mostly 4x4 round plates with the 2x2 round hole in the center. It's an interesting build. You'll definitely want to check out the instructions for that, even if you don't end up getting this set. But it makes for a nice involved little build that's just, it's interesting how they get the different levels to be angled off. It's just a technique that I don't personally see very frequently, and the end result is nice. It has a little bit of randomizing to it, just a little bit of sense of pattern. It just it feels very believable with what they've done with the positions of the bows of the tree, and then you add on lights going around it that are supposed to spiral around, and then of course the very nice topper up above. There's also a nice little ladder build here. It's mostly just a plain ladder piece. Nice to get that in the reddish brown color, but this has a folding element to it, so you can fold it up to get it a little bit more flat. And then there's just this little random outdoor scene with a bench with a cat on it. It's got a stack of white studs to use as snowballs, so your figures can be having all kinds of snowball fights around the place. And a very nice old kind of traditional style of street lamp with the 2 lamp sections and the clear globes. Got wreaths on both sides, and there's also a little build for a snowman who actually has a scarf on. You can see is blowing off to one side. Here's my first closer look at a couple of the minifigures in the set. A couple of kids. Got a blue, dark blue actually, snowboard on the left, and that's a pair of medium azure skis on the right. A couple of short length gray lightsaber bars to use as ski poles. These are existing pieces, uncommon colors with the dark blue here and the lavender color for the short legs. Also the dark blue for the snowboard there, but you've seen the rest of the pieces before. This one has an alternate face, the other one does not. This pair of carolers have really expressive faces, and they've got their song books in front of them. We'll take those off. And there you can see that the female figure has mostly new pieces with the prints that line up pretty nicely well between the torso and the lower part of the dress. That's a printed slope piece. The cape is a really nice quality piece of fabric that is red on one side, it's dark red, and then black on the other side with just one piece. And this is a really nice feel that it has. It has a certain stiffness to it that you can visibly see, but it's not the old style of fabric. This is much softer, and so it's less likely to get crinkled up and to get creases in it. A really nice face there, again very expressive, and you got the dark brown hair which has the braids going around it. This one actually has a secondary face, so you get 2 new faces for that one. And there is a secondary print on the back of that torso, and here's what her more normal non-singing face looks like from the front. The remaining 4 figures are all made from existing pieces that we've seen used aplenty, so nothing new to see there, but still a nice little addition to variety. And 2 of these do have alternate faces. If you follow online LEGO communities and saw when this was first announced, you probably saw a whole lot of very negative feedback about this set because it's mostly a re-release, and I personally feel that's completely unwarranted. This is, again, I'll say it, it's a wonderful set, and a lot of the folks who will be getting their hands on this set weren't even born in 2009 when the first version was released, or they weren't old enough to play with LEGO, and folks who were plenty old oftentimes didn't end up getting the set, so now they have a chance to get it without paying ridiculous marked up, secondary market prices for it. And LEGO has re-released many sets in the past without even making any changes, whereas this set here does have some updates and modifications with slightly newer techniques and some new pieces and some new prints and such. And most importantly, it looks great. It looks great today, with or without the new changes. I'm very satisfied with this set. I'm very impressed by its building techniques, and I just think it's a great thing to have on the market this holiday season. That's all I have to say about this set. Please share your thoughts by leaving a comment for myself and other viewers to see. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again very soon.